The support with Vectis has been the reason why we keep coming back. The integrator is absolutely everything. Power supply, whatever you're gonna pick, the table, whatever you're gonna pick, those are all the same. It's what's the difference is that software and the support in between it. And that is where Vectis brings the big difference maker where your shop can be successful. I can't say enough about that portion of this. When you're down, when you have a question, when you're struggling with a weld, when you don't think you can do something and they're like, yeah, you can, that's where Vectis steps in. We could have jobs that we're running 2 shifts, 6 to 7 days a week, 10-hour shifts. These machines practically never come off. It's very impressive. We would not be the size of a company we are today without the ability to tie in sending customers finished welded parts at the end of the day. Listen, you can go and buy a $4,000 MIG gun and MIG machine versus a Vectis unit, but the company can't grow as an enterprise the way it does without leaning into this type of equipment. Our biggest thing that makes us a differentiator is our ability to scale. Our Vectis Cobots in welding have helped us do that. We've had success with really good throughput reliability in our automated robotic welding so that we can take on projects that volume-wise our fabrication equipment can handle, but really where our weld capacity would struggle.
It was a big investment for us. You know, we didn't have any robotic welders. We didn't know what the output would be. We didn't know what the return on investment was. We didn't know if it would really apply to our customer components. And you know, looking back on it, it was probably one of the best decisions we ever made.
We need to get in automation. That was a decision we made. We also weren't able to scale or keep up with capacity at that point and utilize all the fabrication equipment that we did have. We see a lot of shops over the years that had robotic welding that was not getting used. Maybe they had that one job back in the day and that went away, and so that robot just stayed on the floor and took up space ever since. The key is there's a lot of integrators out there. Robotic welding has been figured out. The difference is we found a partner in Vectis, and it doesn't matter what material we're welding, they're gonna be there to support us with our aluminum, our carbon, our stainless, our really tiny small welds, our vertical welds, and just figuring out problems. So we're able to use these as tools and not necessarily just as robotic welders and how people think of them. The support with Vectis has been the reason why we keep coming back in the problem solving. We really get support. There's not a lot of finger pointing, and we're able to keep our systems running.
I am very focused on capital equipment running and making parts. When machines are down, it drives me nuts. Vectis has been so reliable in helping us make sure that our machines are up and running. That value is unmeasurable to me.
So as we've grown as a company into 7 Vectis machines, we've learned how to leverage these things completely different than we did with our first unit. And I think that's the key, is like your adoption starts to transform and evolve as you get better at leveraging the robotic welding and using them in different ways. We were welding off the table with pedestal setups. We're fixturing very long, large parts. Outside of it, we're putting 2 arms, you know, in tandem. So we're trying to replicate that industrial automation kind of mindset. So it's really grown and transformed as a department at Caltech. We were able to start robotically welding aluminum that we were TIG welding. That was probably that biggest win for us, where we were now able to take on jobs for our tube laser that really feed the tube laser well and the company well as a whole, and now pump out finished goods that we would never be able to handle the capacity for with a TIG welder doing it.
I've surprised myself sometimes with jobs where I didn't think it could run on a robot, and it did. There's ways for us to put parts back to back, like on separate tables, so we can have the robot welding one piece while the operator's working on removing the welded piece on the other side and setting up a new one. So it's basically non-stop action. That's where we really see those kinds of productivity boosts. For us, it paid for itself really quickly.
We've welded crazy stuff that would have taken way longer to weld manually or been way harder, and we need to find a specialized guy to do something, versus I can take the knowledge I learned from school in labs that I've done and just tell the robot to do that, and we can get those welds out. It was until I've seen Vectis' system and work with their cobots at Caltech that boosted my love for robotics and automation. I'm not just isolated from the robot in the back of the cell. I'm able to work with the robot, and it feels like we're like almost a team together.
It's not that we don't have people that are willing to work and be hard workers, that we just don't have the time for them to apprentice through and learn all these different parts, our ability to get them in front of the robotics and let the robotics be the experienced welder and then become the integrator, operator, programmer eventually, impact that they have in our company is just far greater than what they can do per hour just by themselves.
Every day I'm learning more and more, and I'll look back on something like, I would change this, I would change that. And I really give that growth to Vectis and how easy it is to reach out to the company and communicate and, oh, I have a question about this. And that overall just makes everything so much easier, flows so much smoother.
I'd be remiss if I don't thank our customers. The confidence they have in us taking on projects that are hard and at volume, at mass, and then customers that we're growing with currently that are just very excited about our ability to scale with them. And that's the beauty of this, is once we build a fixture and a program and have a machine, if capacity doubles, you kind of already figured that out right away. It's like copy and paste. Our Vectis systems absolutely complement the millions of dollars of investment we have in high-end fabrication and machining equipment so that we can actually utilize them and ship parts out the door. Vectis has been able to really support us in ways to allow us to weld fast, to keep us up, to have repeatability, good quality, and just continually support us as we push the limits in what we're doing as a job shop contract manufacturer.